So after what many people consider to be one of the worst days in American history today, I thought that it would be nice and proper that I come to you with a special video from my WWE NXT New Year's Evil. The New Year's Evil was a very special episode of WWE NXT. This was obviously the very first NXT show of 2021. Two things I want to mention before I get on to the full review. Number one, this is a very special video because this is actually my 100th video. This video officially marks, I believe, my 100th video. So I've officially made my 100th video here on YouTube, and it's absolutely amazing. 37 subscribers on YouTube, many thousands, over 4K views, on my channel. It's been absolutely amazing, and I really appreciate everyone who subscribed to the channel. And if you're just first coming here, thank you for taking the time to watch the video, and hopefully you can subscribe also to the channel. One thing that I did not know before NXT Evil, New Year's Evil, this was actually used for what was a very special episode of WCW Monday Nitro on December 27, 1999. So that was a very fun fact there. Also, NXT TakeOver will be having their next takeover on Valentine's Day, Sunday, February 14th. I don't know what the name it's going to be called. I can bet you if Morrow was still there, he would say something like Johnny Gargano breaks more hearts than Valentine's Day, something like that. So just the weird puns, Morrow used to make. Man, I miss Morrow. He was pretty good in NXT. All right, but as far as this whole NXT show, I thought NXT New Year's Eve had a pretty solid show. Nothing, it wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it was bad, you know what I mean? But it was okay in my opinion. It was pretty good in my opinion. If I had to pick which match was the match of the night, it was the last woman standing match between Raquel Gonzalez and Rhea Ripley. Like I said in the previews, if you're a fan of NXT for the women, then you are, you know what I mean? Like you know this is gonna be a good match, and I knew heading into this match that this was gonna be a great match. So we kick off the night. We have two matches out of commercial breaks. This one opening up the show is Karrion Kross defeating Damian Priest. I thought this was a solid opener. Damian, put out the hits to Karrion Kross, but in the end, Karrion Kross wins as predictable, as I knew he was going to win, because come on, people. I mean, let's be real. Karrion Kross needs this win. He needed the win, and Karrion Kross should not be losing anytime soon. As for Damian Priest, who knows? This might be the last time we see Damian Priest. There were reports saying that, he was one of the NXT talent that was rumored to be going up to SmackDown. So who knows? Damian Priest might be getting called up soon, and this might be the last time we see Damian Priest in NXT. And if we don't, then we don't. But if it is, then, I would say Damian Priest had a pretty good run in NXT North American Champion. He had a pretty good run, in my opinion. Okay, so we had the NXT Cruiserweight Championship being defended as Santos Escobar defended his championship by defeating Grand Metalik. I thought this match was pretty good. Pretty good Cruiserweight Championship match. Obviously Grand Metalik, like Damian Priest, got his shots on Santos Escobar, but just like predictable, I knew Santos Escobar was going to obviously win. I mean, come on, people. Like, let's be real here. Let's be real here. So, like I said, great win having Santos Escobar. He should be the one who should not be losing that Cruiserweight Championship anytime soon, in my opinion. And so we got in what my opinion was the match of the night, Raquel Gonzalez. Well, before I get to that, actually, there was a squash match. So we saw Xia Li, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Sorry if I mispronounced her name. And she defeated, I forgot who the girl's name was, but she basically just faced a woman jobber, and she beat her in a squash match. Building Xia Li up. They've been building her up with these vignettes for the past few weeks. So I thought having her obviously get the win was pretty good. really had no problem with that. I thought her, reappearance was pretty okay in my opinion. Let me get this tag team match. This was an impromptu mixed tag team match. You had, Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano taking on, Kushida and Shotzi Blackheart. And obviously, those two, Shotzi Blackheart and Kushida getting the win. I thought the match, for what it was okay. To be honest with you, it was a meh. Didn't really care for it. It was impromptu. Continues the story with Shotzi. And I think Kushida is a great next feud for Johnny Gargano. I think this could be one of the matches that could take place on the NXT TakeOver, that being Kushida versus Johnny Gargano for the North American Championship. So I think that could be a match that could take place on the TakeOver event. And maybe you have Shotzi versus Candice. Who knows? Something like that. So we had what my opinion was the match of the night. We had Raquel Gonzalez taking on, defeating Rhea Ripley in a last woman standing match. This was a really great match. I mean, if you haven't seen this match, if you were watching AEW and you weren't able to watch this match, just go watch it. I mean, this match was absolutely amazing. Like I said, I said this again, prior, and I said this in the predictions, man. If you are a fan of the NXT woman, and trust me, the NXT woman is some of the best women on the roster. You knew this match was going to be good, and I loved this match. I loved everything about this. Raquel looked amazing. Rhea looked amazing. This was a really good last woman standing match, man. You got to give credit to these women, man. These women are going out there and putting on these banger of the matches. No wonder they always main event almost all the NXT TV shows. So, no surprise by that. Like I said, Raquel getting the win here, great win. Obviously, Raquel needed this. This is going to just, build Raquel up some more. Maybe she can be a, big challenger for Io Shirai's championship. As for Rhea Ripley, man, I hate to say this, man. I really think this really could be the end of Rhea Ripley. And I know for a lot of people who don't want Rhea Ripley to go to the main roster, obviously you saw Rhea Ripley up in the main roster when she fought Charlotte at WrestleMania, and she lost, even though, in my opinion, she should have won. She needed that win. It's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. And, with Rhea, man, she had, I mean, what else can she do? Who else can she feud with on the show? She fought and won the NXT UK Championship. Women's Championship. She won the NXT Women's Championship. She had bangers of matches all over NXT and NXT UK. What else can she do on NXT? In my opinion, there's really nothing else for her to do. And it's not like she can't turn heel because she already turned heel in the past. You know what I mean? So, bring her up to the main roster. Build her up. And I think if they build her up, she could be a woman's star. She could really be a star if they really take the time and build her up. I think she could be a big star on the main roster with the women. So we had the main event. We had Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly in a match for the NXT Championship. I thought this match was also good as well. Not as good as their NXT match back in NXT TakeOver 30, but Balor getting the win was obviously a great decision. Balor versus Cross is the right call. It's come on, people, it's just the right call. So great decision, great match. Balor retains the championship, and like I said, this is overall a solid show, and solid show. And like I said, if you watching this video for the first time, like, subscribe, and comment, what you thought about New Year's Evil. And yeah.